Mbappe is an unbelievably talented football player who won France the World Cup in 2018 and got them through to the final in 2022. He's so popular that even those with zero interest in football will recognize the name. But in this video, we want to talk about 10 things even his biggest supporters might not know about him. Number 1. What car does Mbappe drive? Whenever we look at football players, it's natural to wonder what car they drive. Considering how much money he earns, many would assume Mbappe has several cars and drives a different one every day. However, surprisingly, the answer to what car does Mbappe drive is none. Mbappe does not currently hold a driver's license. He says that because he hasn't had the time to get one. And we understand, being one of the most talented football players on the planet probably doesn't leave you with much free time. But just because he doesn't drive doesn't mean he has no cars. Even if he has to get a chauffeur to drive them for him, Mbappe owns 4 cars, 3 of which will surprise you. The car you're most likely to see him step out of is his Volkswagen Touareg, worth at least 105,425 euros. He also owns 2 minivans, a Volkswagen Multivan worth around 47,207 euros, and a more luxurious Mercedes-Benz V-Class, which he paid 134,552 euros for. Of course, being as rich as he is, he does own one sports car, a Ferrari 488 Pista worth 527,350 euros. Although considering his immense wealth, his car collection is amazingly humble. Number 2. Who are his family? Kylian is not the only member of the Mbappe family with a history of incredible athletic achievement. Let's start with his dad, Wilfried Mbappe. Originally from Cameroon, Wilfried became a successful football coach and player after moving to France. He had a fulfilling coaching career in Bondy, the Parisian area where Mbappe was raised. His mother is also very accomplished. She hails from Algeria but has lived in France for so long that, at one stage, she played handball for the French national team. In fact, it was partially thanks to her that Mbappe has become one of the most expensive players alive, but we'll come on to that later. His younger brother Ethan is just 16 but already plays for PSG Youth, and his coaches are undoubtedly impressed. Mbappe has an adopted brother, Girez Kembo Akoko. Now a retired footballer who last played for Bursaspor, Girez's biological father is Congolese footballer Kembo Uba Kembo. Number 3. He's on a highly exclusive list of teenage superstars. In 2018, Mbappe was 19 years old and his team, France, played against Croatia, beating them 4-2. Before that point, the only other teenager to score in a World Cup final was Pelé, who was 17 at the time. But that's not the only time he and Pelé are on the same tiny list. Mbappe and Pelé are the only 2 teenagers who have ever scored 2 goals in one match during the World Cup. And Mbappe, Pelé, and Bergomi are the only 3 teenagers to have played in a World Cup final. Today, football fans all over the world look back fondly at Pelé. In the future, people will probably look at Mbappe the same way we look at Pelé. Number 4. What did he do with his 2018 World Cup money? 2018 was the year many people got to see how talented Mbappe is on the pitch. But it was also the year that many others got to see how kind-hearted he is off of it. As you can imagine, he made a lot of money during that World Cup. For each game he played, he would earn about $22,300. And after France won, he got a $350,000 bonus. However, instead of splashing that money on fast cars or a new house, he gave $500,000 to Premier de Croix. Premier de Croix is a charity that provides sporting activities for children in hospitals. Not only does this encourage a healthy lifestyle, but it can also help take their mind off what they're going through. To this day, Premier de Croix has helped 10,000 sick children. Number 5. He was Monaco's youngest ever player. Even though Monaco is a different country, it plays in the French league against French teams. Before Mbappe played for the French national team, he had his start with AS Monaco FC. In 2015, when the now superstar was just 16, he made his footballing debut, making him the youngest player ever, and so far, to play for Monaco. Before Mbappe, the youngest Monaco player was Thierry Henry, who started at 17. Sometime after he turned 17, he scored his first goal, making him the youngest person ever to score a goal for Monaco. But his story with Monaco doesn't begin with his first performance on the pitch. He was signed when he was just 14. Clearly, the managers at Monaco could see the young Mbappe's potential. Number 6. Only 5 people have scored more in World Cup games than him. Throughout both the World Cups that Mbappe has played in, he has scored 12 goals across 14 games. In a ranked list of highest World Cup goal scorers, that makes him joint 6th with Pelé. If he scores 5 more goals, he will have beaten Miroslav Klose as history's top World Cup goal scorer. Well, that's not entirely true because Messi is also on that list, slightly higher than Mbappe. So, for Mbappe to get the top spot in 2026, he needs to score at least 5 goals and 1 more goal than Messi. Our personal favorite Mbappe World Cup goal would be against Peru in 2018. During the first half, the then 19-year-old scored a goal, making him the youngest ever goal scorer for the French national team. Number 7. He is faster than Usain Bolt. Kind of. Is Mbappe faster than Usain Bolt? Well, there are 2 ways of looking at it. Of course, Mbappe's fastest speed is nowhere near as fast as Usain Bolt's. While the French football legend has run at 23.61 miles per hour, the world's fastest man has reached speeds of 27.8 miles per hour. However, although Bolt's fastest speed is 27.8 miles per hour, his average speed is closer to 23.35 miles per hour. So, Mbappe's top speed is higher than Bolt's average speed. But in a race, Bolt would still beat him easily. That's not a criticism of Mbappe though. His incredible speeds still make him one of the fastest players in footballing history. And we question how fast Bolt would be if he had to do his races while dribbling a ball. Number 8. He almost played for Chelsea, but his mother stopped that. Imagine if you almost had the chance to play for Chelsea, but your mother stopped it from happening. For most of us, it would feel devastating and make Christmas Day incredibly awkward. But for Mbappe, it was one of the best things Faiza could have done for her son. Remember, she is an athlete, so she knows how to make it in the brutal world of sports. In 2011, when he was 12 years old, Mbappe flew from Paris to London to do a trial for Chelsea FC. However, coaches were hardly blown away after seeing his performance on the pitch. Throughout all his games, he didn't score a single goal. However, they could see his potential and told him that although they weren't willing to sign him, he should return for a second visit. But his mother wasn't having it. She gave Chelsea an ultimatum. Either they could sign him now or reconsider in 5 years. But if they chose the latter, they would need to pay £50 million. Today, buying Mbappe for £50 million would be like getting a Ferrari for £100. But Chelsea declined the offer. As a result of his rejection from Chelsea, Mbappe went on to play for Monaco, where he was first able to show everyone just how talented he was. Years later, he went to play for PSG. Would any of that happen if Chelsea had signed him? It's impossible to say. Number 9. He and Messi aren't exactly the best of friends. Before continuing this part, we should say this is only rumor and speculation. But some say that Mbappe has issues with fellow PSG player and football legend Messi. The rumor is that Mbappe dislikes playing alongside Messi because Messi has too much power within the club. This makes Mbappe feel like he is cast into the shadows where he cannot fully show his talent. He usually prefers games when he plays for the French national team, where he is front and center. As we say, this is just rumor and speculation. For all we know, the two of them are watching this video from one of their mansions, drinking a cold beer, and laughing at how stupid the rumors are. If they are, hello gentlemen, hope you're enjoying the video. Number 10. He was the second most expensive transfer ever. The most expensive transfer in football history was when PSG bought Neymar from Barcelona for 222 million euros. But not too far behind is the purchase PSG made to Monaco for Mbappe for 145 million euros. Back in 2017, Mbappe had already scored 26 goals across 44 matches for Monaco, and PSG wanted him to play for them. At first, it was just a season-long loan, but in 2018, the purchase was finalized and Mbappe was officially a full-time permanent PSG player. Mbappe is one of the most successful football players alive. Even those who don't care for football must appreciate the speed, talent, and skills that Mbappe displays whenever he steps onto the pitch. If you want to learn about other footballers, check out our other videos.